What is up, people? It is Squirrely Nuts, and today I'm very enthusiastic because something awesome happened. Battlefield 4, the first gameplay, was shown off. Now, I'm not going to spend much time on this, but the gameplay you're watching is some air superiority. It's kind of crappy, but whatever, it's what I had and it's what I'm going to post because I really just want to make this video because it's what all the cool kids are doing. They're making videos about Battlefield 4. And I guess I should apologize that I haven't done a video in a while, but I've just been busy and lazy, and yeah, so I'm just going to get right into it. For those of you who haven't seen the trailer, I'm going to put a link in the description so that you don't miss out on it, because it's really cool, although it is just showing off campaign, but I'll get on that later. The first thing I want to talk about is the graphics. Now, the graphics... It was like watching, like, if I put it on 1080p for a little bit, it was like watching a movie at some points. It was ridiculous. The Frostbite 3 engine is the absolute most ridiculously powerful thing. Like, if you've, even, the Frostbite 2 engine, for example, only 30% of it, the power of it, is used on the current gen consoles. Now, Frostbite 3 is taking the power of Frostbite 2 up a notch. Now, I don't really understand how it's going to run on current-gen consoles at all, because right now it's announced for PC, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3. It's supposed to come out on next-gen, but there was nothing about, like, the PS4 on the website, which I found kind of weird. I don't know how it's going to run on console. It'll probably be exactly the same as Battlefield 3, because it's already pushing the consoles, like, way past their limit. But enough about that. If you look at it, it's like... The Frostbite 3 engine just blew my mind. It was like... graphics. The lighting was amazing. Like, the parts with the helicopter, it was really cool. Everything was gorgeous. It was amazing. I don't know how... If you have a PC that can run it, I would definitely recommend getting Battlefield on the PC, because it's already better anyways. But... on PC, it's just going to be ridiculous playing it in like 1080p at max or something, or above 1080. That's just it. The graphics, I can't even really explain them. They're so good. It's mind-blowing how powerful the Frostbite engine is. Now, also somewhat pertaining to the graphics, especially for Battlefield, is the destruction. Now, the trailer was kind of centered around like campaign, which was kind of lame. And all of us were kind of like, tits are GTFO, and in this case, tits is multiplayer, and they didn't show it, but whatever. The multiplayer, I hope, has the destruction like they showed in the campaign. Now, all of you know that Battlefield 3's campaign was kind of eh. No, I never even finished it. I got so bored. It's not good. There was hardly any destruction in it. At this, they showed, like... there was a lot more open engagements. It was destructible environments that you could like make your own pathway through. It showed multiple times, and from what I saw, it seemed like the character was carrying like 3 what would have been primaries in Battlefield, or I don't know. He had like an M16, a sawed-off 870, and yeah, I'm gonna have to use the Black Ops term here, a war machine, but. It was really cool, and the effects for the guns, like the way the guns look, is like identical to real life. I mean, it was already kind of like that in Battlefield 3, but the guns looked amazing. The only thing I was kind of disappointed about in the trailer is it was them using the M16, which I know it was Americans in the trailer, so they're gonna have an M16. But there was nothing different about it. It was literally identical to the one in Battlefield 3. The same reload animation, the same rate of fire. It even had the same recoil pattern. I mean, I guess they're not really going to change it, but that is one thing that's kind of disappointing on is the guns. Like, if you noticed, I don't know if many of you paid attention, but there's a part in the trailer where he knifes an enemy, and he's just using an AEK, which was in Battlefield. I mean, Battlefield had a ton of guns. Battlefield 3, sorry, I've gotten so used to referring to Battlefield 3 just as Battlefield, but now Battlefield 4 is out, so I should try and tell them, whatever. It already had a ton of guns in it, so I don't see them adding many. It's cool to see that they showed that the 870 can, in fact, be sawed off, and it can have a lot of attachments on it, like it had a grip and a red dot. And it was awesome, but another thing I want to talk about is the sound. The sound was amazing, just like the graphics. I mean, There's literally nothing you can say that's wrong about it, although there might be some weird glitches in it that we might find later on, like in Battlefield 3 and stuff, with the weird sound glitches, like at the end of a game or something. But other than that, the sound gets an A+, because it was amazing. It sounded like everything was exploding around you, and it was pretty dope, boy. But, now, I want to talk about the characters, kind of. So, one of the main characters it appears is going to be is the black guy. Now, I don't know his name. I wasn't really paying attention to the name. I was just so blown away by the graphics. I wasn't really paying attention to names and stuff. But he was in a screenshot released like a couple days before the trailer. So it seems like he's going to be kind of important in the campaign. And then towards the end, it showed that woman that was in a screenshot a couple days before. That's not that big a deal. The characters are probably going to be kind of again, like Battlefield 3, unless they somehow come out and release an amazing shooter campaign. But that's probably not going to happen, because it's DICE and they'd rather just focus on multiplayer. See, the one thing that I was kind of disappointed about, which isn't really much of a complaint, but it seemed very similar to Battlefield 3. Like, if you were to put them side by side with the M16 with a 3.4 times scope from Battlefield 3 and then compare it to the trailer, it'd be kind of hard to tell a difference. You could see that obviously Battlefield 4 had like better graphics, but you'd be hard pressed to like tell a real difference. Now I understand it's a series and they're going to try and maintain the same visual look, and it is a lot better looking than Battlefield, but Battlefield 3, it just, I don't know, there's something, just the one thing that kind of bugged me is just the fact that the M16 had the exact same animation as from Battlefield 3. It was just, I mean, that's a really minor pet peeve, but it's like, come on, you're making a whole new game, you don't even bother to just change the animation a little bit. But that's not really that big a deal. Oh, and something that was kind of cool with the M16 is there's a part where the guy, like, flips the scope over and there's iron sights on the other side. I wonder if that's going to be in multiplayer. It'd be really useful if it was, because the 3.4 times scope is okay in Battlefield 3 right now, but if you're able to switch between that and iron sights, it would be amazing. And it'd be cool if it was used in multiplayer. I don't know if they will. They probably will, but I really hope they have cool stuff like that in multiplayer. And one other complaint I had was kind of the fact that there wasn't a mention of multiplayer at all. I mean, DICE should I honestly think they should just not spend any resources on the campaign and just go towards multiplayer. Because, I mean, honestly, how many of you who play Battlefield actually play it for the campaign? That's what I thought. No one does. It's the campaigns have always been stupid, except for Bad Company's campaigns were good. I have to say that, but Battlefield 3's was garbage. I hope they step it up, but I got kind of like a Call of Duty type feeling from it. Like, you were always in danger, there was always explosions, you were always on the run, and it kind of takes away from what Battlefield is, which is supposed to be trying to be a more realistic war simulator. And you're not going to be falling off of a 10-story building and hitting a bunch of rocks and then living and just getting up and getting in a car. So it's just some complaints. It's not really that big a deal. I'm hoping they release multiplayer gameplay sometime this summer, which would be awesome. But that's basically all I have to say. Go watch it if you haven't. It is quite well done, and I'm definitely looking forward to Battlefield 4. I'm going to be pre-ordering it, unless they announce it for next-gen consoles. Then I'm going to have to consider getting a new console and then pre-ordering it for that. So, yep, this is Scrolling Nuts heading back to his tree. I'm back. I'm on spring break, baby. Woo! So I'm going to be making more videos in the next 2 weeks, so look forward to that. I'm working on derpy setups, and peace out. Watch the trailer. I'll leave the link in the description, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.